What's up, Scorpio? This is Jesse with 44 Astro with the general tarot reading for the full moon coming up on October 28th. It will be at 5 degrees Taurus. It'll be at 4:24 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is a hunter's moon, just means it's the first full moon of the harvest season. For Scorpio ascendant only, it'll be in the 7th or the 6th house. So that's going to be the way you think or feel about your one-on-one relationships, specifically with your spouse, but one-on-one relationships in general, 7th house. And then for your 6th house, we're talking personal health, fuzzy animals. So you may be thinking about getting a health regimen, something like that. It could also be, you may end up thinking a different way about your pet or feeling a different way. Maybe you want to get a pet, that type of thing. But either way, it'll also be in the 3rd mansion of the moon. I'll put a picture of that. The 3rd mansion of the moon is called Al-Thuraya. It's not good for new relationships, but it is good for making money. So you can read about that. I'll have it on the screen. That being said, looks like an ending. There's a whole lot of endings going on. Or you're asking about an ending. You're disappointed about an ending. Could be a breakup. Could be... looks like worry. Okay, let's get overall energy. Uh-oh. Can't talk about Scorpio without talking about the devil. Ain't that the truth? I'm a Scorpio myself. Scorpio Sun. Scorpio Saturn. Scorpio Venus. Scorpio Pluto. Lots of Scorpio. Let's see what the overall energy is. Got the Death card. It's a transformation. Some kind of big change coming. Nothing is yet set. Oh, got 2 of them. Got to look at the bigger picture. Full moon and Sag. And nothing is yet set in stone. So there are still decisions that need to be made. But it's saying that look at the bigger picture before you make these decisions. Oh, I have one more card to throw out. Either you could be cusping Sagittarius, or you're asking about a fire sign individual. Looks like you're disappointed about an ending with this fire sign individual. Maybe you had a breakup with this individual. Maybe you had a falling out with him. Maybe it was a friend, somebody at work, something like that. Looks like specifically you're asking about this fire sign individual or the ending of a cycle. An ending of a cycle of negativity with this individual. Unless you have it in your chart, then you're just asking about the ending of a cycle. Ending of a cycle of, sadness or depression, that type of thing. And I've been worrying a lot lately. No doubt about that. You'd be like, when's this cycle going to end? Current path, you're definitely worried. You're worried about your happy home. You're worried about celebrating, having a good time. I think your worry is clouding your view. It's saying nothing is set in stone, and look at the bigger picture. I think maybe you're in your head about worry. You're worrying about something. Maybe be money, could be a relationship. But don't let it drag you down there too long. I mean, it's only natural to think about things and feel them. You need to feel them. You need to acknowledge them. You need to think about them so that they don't get repressed in the unconscious. And it's important that you do feel them and think about them, whatever this situation that's got you worried is. But don't dwell on it forever. Once you've acknowledged it and you've given it its place so that it doesn't, build up pressure in your unconscious. And you'll know that because the way our unconscious speaks is through synchronicities, our dreams, number patterns. When you're still seeing all that, there's still something you need to learn. This is the other path. You got the Pentacles here. You got the Queen and the King of Pentacles. Something you're not seeing. So some Scorpios will be on this path, and some can choose this path, and some, maybe on both. These two aren't looking at each other at all. If they're on the other side of each other, they'd be looking at each other. I mean, to be fair, the Pentacles are always looking at their Pentacles, right? I know I'm with a Taurus, so, it could be something to do with a Taurus in your life. It could be something to do with an Earth sign in your life. they're not. I don't think you're seeing eye to eye. I think this King and this Queen of Pentacles aren't seeing eye to eye. Could be you and your significant other. Could be two people that you know in your life, like friends that are earth signs. It could be that you feel like that either these individuals or you are focusing too much, or you are focusing too much on the material aspect of things, your money, your possessions, and you're not seeing the big picture, which is what the card's saying. You're focusing on the things that the world tells you are what's important, when realistically it's really just more about who you have to experience it with, right? The people that you love, the people that you care about. I think maybe you don't feel like you have, you don't feel like you're making enough, or you have enough for them, the people that you care about, and you feel like you need to take care of them. Scorpios are like that. They can put a lot on themselves for the sake of others. And it's not, a lot of people don't know that about Scorpio, because Scorpio is one of the most loyal signs. If a Scorpio actually lets you in, you're in for life. And if you're in for life, they're going to break their back for you, even if it's not even healthy for them. So this is the advice. Big, sudden transformation. Like it's saying there's going to be a big, sudden shift. Something's going to have to burn to the ground so that something can then be rebuilt. And it's going to be something of value. So it feels like the world is crumbling. And honestly, Scorpios go through the death and rebirth cycle. That's what our sign is all about, the 8th sign of the zodiac. Death and rebirth constantly. I don't mean the actual physical death. It's more of the symbolic death. Like everything being burned to the ground so that it can be rebuilt anew. And that's what's happening. And I think you're probably going through that right now. There's changes coming. Nothing's set in stone. And it's saying, look at the bigger picture. And the outcome is you're not looking at the bigger picture. You're still worrying about money and work. It looks like you're worried about money and work specifically. And I know I am, so this definitely relates to me. So, I mean, for some other Scorpios, it's probably relating too. And the way the world is right now, I mean, there's a lot of, the economy's not the greatest. And not just that, all the stuff that's going on in the world, there's a lot of shifts going on. Our planet Pluto is teetering on the edge of Capricorn and Aquarius, and eventually he's going into Aquarius. But while he's sitting here teetering back into Capricorn, that's a lot rougher energy. Pluto and Capricorn is rough energy. That can be very controlling, scary, emotionless, power-hungry type energy, and it's really scary. And I think we're all dealing with that in the world right now, and we're seeing it all over the world. Clarity on the situation, with the whole worry, there's a completion of something. Something may have ended. Like something may have ended, something personal. Whether it be a relationship, whether it be just a specific cycle. Like things were going a specific way, and then it just shifted, and it had to end. But it's saying it, at 4-4 here. I don't know if y'all see 4-4 a lot. Scorpio is the 8th sign of the zodiac, so 4-4 does equal 8. I see 44 all the damn time. I imagine some of you do as well. And then you got the Prince of Cups, which would be the water sign individual. So there's a completion, there's a truce, there's something that had to happen, something that has to be burnt to the ground. It feels like the whole world's crumbling, right? But realistically, it's good. It's hard to believe it's good, but that's what Scorpios have to go through. That's what the sign of Scorpio is all about, burning it to the ground. Scorpios are the most resilient and toughest sign, and it is for a reason, because we have to go through a lot of endings and new beginnings. But it's always a level up. It's always a level up. It's always a growing opportunity. Always something to learn, no matter how tough it feels or how tough it seems. Double fives and the devil, which is change. Fives are change, right? You got the worry. You're worried about your happy home, worried about, celebration or living the good life. And this is what the devil does. You got the devil with the fight, with defeat and strife. That's what the devil does. The devil wants you focusing on that, right? The devil is really just an aspect of yourself, right? It isn't God or the devil, it's you and what you do with that, within you. They always talk about the two wolves, the Native American saying. You have the white wolf or the black wolf. Who wins? And it says the one you feed. But I'm going to take it a step further. This is what Carl Jung said. If you feed the white wolf and you neglect the black wolf, you're going to have a starved wolf in you, and that wolf's going to attack you. Think about that. You have to feed all aspects of yourself, unconscious and conscious, light and dark, good and evil, and we all have them, no matter what. And that's what the devil wants. He wants you focused on not having everything that you want. It's got to be burnt to the ground, though. Whole new perspective. Nothing is set in stone. Look at the bigger picture. The bigger picture is that that's what has to happen. That it has to be burnt. This is what change is like. Change can be really rough. It's just, I mean, change is never easy, but it's always worth it. Always worth it. Well, when you get once you get to the other side, on this other path where it's they're not seeing eye to eye. It does have the Ten of Swords in reverse. I don't know why it came out in reverse. So I would say that the ending is going to be needed, and it's not going to be too rough. Like, you're going to see it coming, and you know it's going to need to be coming. And not only that, Ace of Cups and the Nine of Coins. So it's going to be an ending of a cycle, but it's going to be a needed ending that's going to lead to your cup overflowing and gain. But you just have to get through it, and that's what the big picture is, right? The night is always darkest before dawn. So if you are feeling down, you're feeling depressed, feeling worried, it's almost over. And that's what this is saying right here. The transformation, the tower. That's what has to happen. The transformation has to happen. Yep. In here it's more worry, right? Worried about working and making money, but it's like you're going to have clarity very soon on the outcome. Ten of Cups, satiety, having it all. Ace of Swords, clarity and truth. Four of Coins in this deck is called power. So you'll have it. You just have to see the bigger picture. And nothing is set in stone, regardless of how dark it seems or how bad it seems. It's just the way it works for Scorpios. It's transformation. We have to transform. It's not always rough like that, but generally it is, because that's what Pluto represents. It is a karmic planet. Scorpio is a karmic sign. So with Pluto specifically, a lot of people don't know that Pluto isn't a single planet. It's like two kind of small asteroids with like one rotating around the other. Look it up. I'm telling you the truth. So it's one that has to die so that something can be reborn, right? And that's what it is. It's the phoenix from the ashes springs new life, and that's what it is. And that looks like that's what you're going through. But it's all good. It doesn't seem good, but it is. It's what Scorpio goes through. It is what Scorpio represents: death and rebirth, burning it down and rebuilding it. Anyway, that's all I have, Scorpio. Please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting. Sorry it's been a while from me making a video. I had to go to Seattle, teach a class in psychology. Caught COVID, got very sick. I'm just now starting to get over it. I had an 8-hour delay on my flight. Get there, I'm able to do my class. Then I get sick like the next day. So I mean, I've been going through it too. But it's just transformation, and we're going to get through it. I'm glad you're here, and I hope to see you here again, Scorpio. Happy full moon.